Welcome back, team, to CSI Crypto Scene Investigation, where we look at various projects to find out whether or not they're worth investing in, and we try to take an objective point of view from the facts which are in front of our faces, and we try to find out whether or not, we should be able to make money on this. So, before we continue, little disclaimer is that none of this should be considered as financial advice. All of it should be considered for educational and entertainment purposes, and inspirational purposes, of course. So today, we are looking at Polygon / Matic. So let's have a look. What exactly is Polygon? Let's have a quick read. Polygon, previously Matic Network, is the first well-structured, easy-to-use platform for Ethereum scaling and infrastructure development. Its core component is Polygon SDK, a modular, flexible framework that supports building multiple types of applications. So pretty much this, so in summary, this kind of helps various things move within the Ethereum network and helps with compatibility in that regard. So let's have a look at sort of the various prices. As we can see, it's it's definitely done well from what it was once at. I mean, that is pretty big. So that was actually early 2021 as well, and so that would have been probably so this would have been when they had that huge rise and then drop and everything. So that kind of affected the whole entire market. So where are we at now? Let's actually have a look at we'll have a look at the monthly. In the last month. In terms of how this looks, it's all right. It's okay. Not sure where the support is. The support is probably around, like, where my mouse is, sort of around there. It's all right. It's all right. Doesn't look too bad. Has there been any bullish news on this? These DeFi coins stay a steady inclination. Whales acquire around $14 million worth of Matic tokens since burn announcement. Dang. So it looks like there is some pretty bullish news. You can purchase it on Binance, KuCoin, and Coinbase, but we need to have a look at other stats because we don't just want to stick to CoinMarketCap. We want to see what else we can find. So, BSC check. What does that tell us about this? Cannot check dev wallets. That's probably okay. We'll actually have a look at the holders, though. We'll see what the holders say about this. So, don't like that. Do not like that. I don't like that, man. I don't like that. The top 10 wallets, in fact, it'll probably say it on BSC check. So the top holders, 4%. No, it should be showing much more than that because it says that there is a bunch of these other ones. I haven't seen any information regarding what these top wallets are used for. It doesn't look like they are dev wallets, though. So, actually, we can't see the dev wallets, but according to the holders, I mean, even like the top 3, you're looking at over 40%, right? Because 10, 20, yeah. So you're looking at over 40, almost probably 50% of the top 3 wallets. Now, that's a bit of a red flag to me. That's a bit of a red flag, mostly because these guys could have the potential to go and do something negative to the market, right? So its current market cap, so we're currently sitting at 14 billion. So I wouldn't say that this is bad, especially if each coin is $2 each. Then, I mean, if you have like 2 billion, that's like, I don't know how much million that would be. That's some quick maths. So it's okay. Like, because we have got such a high market cap with this, I'm not too threatened by this because it doesn't seem like it's going to be a rug pull in any sense of the word. But it is, I don't know, it's not the most attractive to me. But anyway, let's continue. Cool. So we've looked through BSC check. What about this? What about token Sniffer? So there are similar contracts that were developed prior to this one. Okay, so that's fine. That doesn't mean it's a bad project. All other holders possess less than 5% of token supply. Are you guys hearing that? Less than 5% of token supply. A wallet contains a substantial amount of tokens which could have a large impact on the token price if sold. Absolutely, 100% agree. This is still iffy. That's still an iffy thing to be looking at. At least 95% of liquidity burn, so not enough liquidity, which could allow for significant amounts to be removed, which could in turn mean a rug pull. Now, from the seams of it, it doesn't seem like there is likely to be a rug pull from these guys, but we'll continue looking and we'll find out why that might be. Cool, so Reddit stats. What does Reddit tell us? So it looks like this is probably the most recent thing, and that is the only submission within the last, wow. So top submissions within the last month. That's show more. That's kind of concerning. Yeah, so I had a look at myself, and then so see, look, that was 4 days ago, right? 1 month ago, 4 months ago, 4 months ago, 4 months. Like, I don't know what's happened with this. Oh, okay, so that's so that's where it's gone. Let's actually hop there. And let's see what we can find on there. So I'm actually looking on an old thing, which is why we have not found any information. So let's actually check that out, because we want to make sure that our information is absolutely correct. All right, so so this is where everybody is. Cool. So it looks like this wasn't started too long ago, which is all right. And we've definitely got more interaction. So there's way more interaction here. So please excuse me for for doing that. So we have, which is interesting because there is 36,000 subscribers here, whereas on the other one there was actually about 50,000, which is quite interesting. So 55,000, whereas this one's got 36,000. Don't know what that means. To be honest, it probably doesn't really mean that much, but we'll continue looking. So yes, as we can see that definitely some good community interaction. Definitely some good community interaction, which is awesome. So we have a look here, service since April. Cool, so we've got up to about 35,000, which is absolutely fine. Comments per day. This is good, man. Like, this looks like, it looks like the community's definitely at like a stable amount when it comes to people actually talking about it. So I don't see anything wrong with that. Yeah, I mean, from what we even saw with the news and everything, it does look like it is being spoken about, which, as I say, this is good news. Posts per day. So, as we can see, so December 9th. What do I have it on December 9th with this coin? I'll see if there's anything which sort of stands out when we have a look at the brief market. December 9th. 9th. Okay. So that's when they, so then that would have been when they would have hit their ATH, or well, not the full ATH, because that looks like the full one. 2.4544, like this one's just like a smaller version, 2.4187. So that would have been why that was probably being talked about, because you know it suddenly hit its all-time high, right? Or near the all-time high, I should probably say, not hit its all-time high. What the heck? Yeah, so yeah. I don't think I haven't really seen much bad with this project, although, oof. So we continue. We look at Twitter. Now, let's have a look and actually confirm that these people are actually real. So how many followers do we have? 1 million followers. 1 million followers. Why are there not more comments? Oh, okay, so these are within the last hours, so that's fine. Okay, so the 0x project, so that's fine. Why are there... I would have expected a lot more talk regarding this. Let's quickly check in terms of, are these guys bots? Please check DM, mate. Yeah, no, that's not bot behavior. That doesn't look like bot behavior. The fact that he's only talking about Matic, that does feel a bit botty. Yeah, and I mean, this just looks like a general promotion page by the looks of it. So, I'm getting a bit of botty vibes. Let's keep checking. Let's keep checking because we don't want to just be looking at things which are potentially bot vibes. Do not know what this is, but actually that looks fine. Yep, this looks fine as well. And yeah, so there are definitely real people, but for 1 million followers, the fact that we are only seeing maybe like somewhere between like 5 to maybe less than 50 comments per post, like that's, I don't really like that very much, man. Well, actually, this looks cool from what we're actually reading here. So 403 comments, which I mean, maybe they had some sort of special thing around that. I'm not entirely sure what that would have been about. Yeah, so if you want to do some more research on that, you definitely can. So let's have a look. They had over 144,000 followers in the last 30 days. Now, keep in mind, they practically reached their almost all-time high in the last 30 days. So they reached it on the 9th of December, okay? So keep that in mind with some of these statistics, all right? Which sort of makes them pretty fresh. Yes, I mean, the all-time high would have been around there. So, anything... So, it looks like they still had a steady amount of followers. Up to that, though, it looks like the follower amount was still pretty steady. Like, I mean, so they had that on the 9th. And so, if we build up to that... So, yeah, we see probably... So, my curiosity will probably go to, like, around here. Like, how many followers we were sort of seeing around maybe the 5th and the 6th. 5th and 6th. Let's actually have a look at that, because that probably gives us a better indication of that. So 5th, 3,000, and 6th, we don't have anything for the 6th, or it doesn't say the 6th. Must have combined into the 7th. Yeah, so that's kind of interesting, really. I'm not sure exactly what to say about that. But yeah, it looks like we were sort of having a bit of a steady stream of a few thousand pretty much all the way up until there, and actually we're still seeing a few thousand now. So they actually only hit their 1 million a few days ago. So it would have been at some time this week. So yeah, I think that's okay. So let's look at the Google Trends. Now, I did type in Matic because I figured that if I typed in Polygon, like it would probably like show like a bunch of stuff. So yeah, I mean, if we want to compare to Polygon, I don't actually know if it would actually do that. Oh, actually, they kind of do follow a bit of a similar trend. So this is the last 12 months. So as we know, the all-time high was there. And it's quite interesting because if we actually, so that's from the 12 months, right? But if we go to the 90 days, we'll have the 100. I don't know why that would have been the 100 there, but yeah. So as we see, like, it would have been huge around here, right? Because everybody would have been getting the FOMO, right? They would have been like, oh my gosh, this is my chance. Yeah, so that would have probably been what would have been happening with that. So this is their main website. One thing I did is actually check to see who the actual team was. So this is the core team, right? So you've got these sort of co-founders and you've also got the advisory board. One thing which is really cool is that this guy is from Coinbase, ETH. I mean, yeah, so all of these guys are like familiar to, you know, the networks and stuff, so they are advisors and stuff. South Park Commons, okay, I'm not familiar with that. Yeah, so anyway, so let's continue looking at these guys. So pretty impressive resumes from what I have seen. So a bunch of them have got things which have to do with either consulting and technology and CEO, co-founders, and a bunch of other sort of things. So chief, insert other pronouns afterward or what have you. Yeah, so I think that all of that's a pretty good thing, to be honest. I mean these guys, except for this dude, I don't know what's up with this guy, but like he doesn't show anything. He shows absolutely nothing. Do not know why. But you know, here he is. This is their actual. So this is the actual Matic white paper. So as you can see, this was done 3 to 4 years ago. Okay, and so I did actually have quite a nice read through it, and it's pretty good. It's pretty solid from what I have seen. And this is also their light paper. Now this is probably a lot more recent, because this I believe would have been when they probably properly switched their name over to Polygon. And so this is actually a small comparison as well, comparing Polygon to Polkadot, Cosmos, and some of the extras. Yeah, so that's quite cool. So they've got sovereignty, interoperability, user experience, scalability, which is very good as well. So one thing I just realized, which I didn't actually find or see, I can't see their roadmap. I don't know what their next steps are. That's one thing I want to know. I want to know, what is their next steps? What are they going to try to achieve next, right? So we pretty much know that like the guys are real and stuff, so that's a good thing. We also don't really see that much information regarding the actual token, I want to say dispersing, for lack of a better word, because I haven't seen anything which sort of justifies these huge amounts. So yeah, as I say, do not think it's going to be a rug pull, okay? I don't think it will be a rug pull, but to let you know, this can be a rug pull with such huge amounts being within the top 10 wallets, with such a ginormous amount. Everything which is below number 12 has less than 1%, has less than 100 million. Everything less than that has less than 100 million from 12 like onward, and that, I don't like that very much personally. So they have a good website, which is actually another thing to check out for. So they have a good website, which is good. So the question which we ask ourselves, is this a safe thing to invest into? Well, one thing which we haven't seen as well, we haven't seen too many sort of partnerships, I should say, or I haven't really seen any information regarding partnerships as well. So honestly, man, all in all, I used to think that Matic was great, but we look into the stats, and the stats don't tell us much, which is going to be absolutely like moisten the mouth kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing really sort of says to us that this is going to be the greatest thing to get it into. I'm personally not very convinced after sort of looking at these statistics. When it comes to this, I'm not sure, man. I would say my personal suggestion, don't invest in this. Can it go higher? Absolutely. But what do we have? What are our next steps? What good things are there gonna be happening with the Polygon network? Like, what is gonna be happening? Like, have they just completed the token thing fully, or have they just completed the Ethereum compatibility to such an extent that they just don't feel the need to work on it anymore? So yeah, I think self-described as a layer 2 scaling solution, which means that the project doesn't seek to upgrade its current basic blockchain layer anytime soon. Okay, fair enough. Yes, I was wondering if it was layer 1 or 2. So yeah, I think that's it with Polygon. Yeah, I would say keep following and checking in, because I'll probably be suggesting better coins than this. If you want to get better coins, probably would suggest watching my video on Solana or Crow, because both of those, to me, well, I mean, Crow, I'm not really big on Crow, but Solana definitely. I definitely see a lot of potential with Solana, and this, I'm sorry, man, I don't have enough to say that this is going to be great. So anyway, guys, this has been my video. Thank you very much for watching. I do have a Patreon if you're interested in subscribing to that. That would be awesome. And also, please consider liking and subscribing this video. And maybe if you feel as though I could do better on these videos, or maybe you have any sort of suggestions, you're very welcome to comment. Until we get huge, I mean, I do intend to try to respond to the comments which I receive, as long as they're just not like, yo, you suck, man, like, quit your job. But anyway, yeah, thank you very much, guys, for watching, and I'll talk to you later.